Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 20 of the 100 Day Project. I can't believe we're on day 20. It feels like I've been doing this for 90 days already. Only 80 more days. All right, this is what we did yesterday, the little bead charm. My little thinker guy loves the charms, so I've been letting him sit with them. I'm gonna leave him on my table today because I kind of like working with him nearby. So here's what we're gonna do today. This is leftover scraps from a couple of projects we've done already in the 100 Day Project, and then the painty papers we did. I hadn't had a chance to put this away yet, so I thought, well, I'll just use those today because there's a page in my book here that I want to finish, which will complete my book. So we're gonna finish this book today. I started this book in 2020, I think, and I've gotten every page done except my very last page. So I'm gonna do a little flip through, let you see what it looks like, and then I'm gonna try, my goal is to try and take anything I have in this pile to create my last page. I don't know if I have what I need in here until I look through and start seeing something that gives me inspiration. So we'll see. But what this book is, it's a hardback book. I got it at a bookstore for like 50 cents or something like that. It's called The Bottom Line. I like the spine. I like the title. It has meaning to me in some ways. So I left that blank. The front is just decorated with scraps of paper and fabric and ephemera and little pieces of things I had laying around on my table. And then there's a tag on here that I created a long time ago. I see 50 cents. I left the first few pages loose because I like that idea. I just like the pages. I like the colors and everything. And then I just use this book to throw scraps, to throw aggression, to throw love, to throw pain, to throw sorrow, to throw anger, whatever I was feeling, it went into this book. I used scraps on my table. I used fibers that were in my fiber box or my scrap bag. I played or experimented maybe. The book isn't cohesive and it doesn't really make sense to anybody else, but it's my throw everything into it kind of place. I need to start another one because I really enjoyed this book. I went through the book and I tore out pages to make the book a little thinner so that it would lay flatter. It does lay fairly flat considering that when I do any kind of book, it usually winds up like this. But I was pretty surprised that I was able to keep it pretty flat. And then I took masking tape on almost every page, except this one evidently. And I just put it in the spine before I started working on it. So let's do this quickly. I'll bring you in just a little bit so you can see the whole book. If there's anything special about the page to describe, I will, but most of the pages I've done, I don't remember what I was thinking because I was in a really bad funk. And so there's a lot of things I don't remember or don't care to think about. And I'm just learning to deal, you know, that kind of thing. I think I love this page just because of this paper right here. But I don't know what I meant by that. But at the time I did it, it meant something. So it doesn't matter now that I know. It doesn't matter. What matters is at the moment I got it out on the page. Don't have any idea what was going on here. I think I was really upset this day. I wrote good grief, but I still like her. I still think she's kind of cool. I love this. This is just a cookie cutter that I used and cut out a piece of index card that I had just thrown extra paint on. You can see the extra paint right here. And I just cut out with a cookie cutter and made my little rabbit. My favorite number is 9, so I use 9 in my work a lot. And when I have these little fibers just pinned at the bottom, like that. Little tag in the pocket. This is just book page covered with a napkin. A lot of scraps. This is very similar to my All Because of Scraps book, except I didn't put as much coverage in it. I just kind of left the scraps alone and let them just speak for themselves. Envelope. think this is the very first page I did in the book, and it actually was started in 2019, so it goes back a little further. There's a little note in here. This was done on Thursday morning. Another tag. Okay, so that's the book. This is my last page. I'm leaving all this blank, and I wrote the end on here, and I'm just going to put a little something on this page. So I'm going to go through my papers here and see what I can find to create on this page. And I'm going to pull out papers that speak to me, and then I'll come back and then we'll do something with this page. Actually, I'm going to leave this on. I'm going to let you see me pick through the papers because some of you like the process of that. I'll probably speed it up because the video will be way too long if I don't. But for those of you that like the process, this is for you. If you don't, just speed the video up and take it where you need it to be. I'm going to make piles. This will be my no. I'll just put no out of the way. You don't need to see it after I've pulled it out here. This is maybe, and yes will be over here. And yes doesn't mean I have to use it. It just means that it will probably get used. I see I'm leaning toward pinks and purples. I love this. I might use something off of here. This is definitely a maybe, but I don't have any room for it. That's a no. No. Okay, this is all no. I'll put this off to the side, and if I need to come back and look for something, I'll look through the no pile. And this is all maybe. Let's look at the yes pile and see what we have. Let's bring the book in too. These are stickers, little round stickers. And I don't try to match the page next to it. I love this. This I might use. Oh, and that would be pretty like that. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna glue down a few pieces of this scrap here. I'm gonna look through my papers again and see if there's anything else that I want to use. This looks interesting to me, so I'm gonna put that on. And you know that I'm gonna put gesso on this, so a lot of this is gonna be pushed back. I'm just giving myself a jumping off point to see where this goes. I kind of want something over here. Okay, I'm going to bring in my gesso, and I am using the one that's a little cheaper, that's a little clearer than my Liquitex, because I want to see the page through it. It may disappear altogether. I'm going to use my palette knife. All right. This is a little messier than I intended it to be, but it'll be fine. I'm gonna let this dry, and I'm probably gonna put a coat of this gesso on top. It's a little thicker. I'm gonna see what this looks like after it's dry. One thing I forgot to tell you is I glued pages together to make them thicker, so there's either 2 or 3 pages glued together. I did not do that with this one. So this is a single page all by itself. The pages are not real sturdy. So this page is ripping. So I'm just gonna take masking tape. And I didn't put masking tape down the center because I think when I did this, I thought I'd just leave this page blank, but I decided not to. So I'm just gonna take a piece of masking tape and put it on here to keep it from ripping anymore. And I like masking tape so it doesn't bother me a bit. I'm going to use this gesso and see what happens. Okay, while that's drying, I'm going to cut this out and this out before I talk myself out of using it. I'm going to leave, there's a white stem here. I'm going to cut on each side of it to leave a stem. I can always cut it off if I decide I don't want to use that. Okay, I cut some pieces out and I've been playing with them, but I'm not thrilled with it. What I really want to do, and I think what I am going to do, and I hope you guys don't think I'm crazy, I'm going to hang my flower upside down, and these could be like raindrops. These are the little circles, well, not really circles, but cylinder shapes that I cut out of this paper. I think what I want to do is turn my flower around as if it's hanging off the page like this, and the leaf there, and maybe bring this down further. And then these are like big dewdrops just falling off the flower. I think that's what I want to do. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to glue this down, and then when I come back, this will be glued down pretty much in the place it's at now. Okay, I've got the pieces glued on, and I brought my stickers back over, and I was thinking I would like to use at least one on here. I tried it here, didn't like it. Tried it over here, didn't want to cover my leaf. This is one of the stamps I made, and I love that look, so I'm going to leave it. And I thought, well, maybe up here and bend it over, but I didn't like that. Then I thought, well, maybe here. I'll bring 3 over here maybe and fold it over. And I don't mind that the other side of the page has stuff on it. Like, you know, you can see that on the other side of the page. I was trying different papers through the no pile to see if there's anything else I wanted to add. And everything I came up with just made it seem a little too busy. I did keep out these few things because I didn't feel like they would be too overwhelming. So I'm thinking about trying to incorporate this in there because I really like it. And this little leftover piece of dictionary paper, but I don't know where yet. So we're still working on that part. But I always like bringing in pieces of my deli paper that I've stamped on or written in black paint. I did what I always do, and I took some pictures because I couldn't decide. I don't like anything I'm adding except this little black spot right there, so I'm going to add that down. Kind of like part of the stem, but not really. And then I put these in all different directions and tried them out. Took this off. It just seemed busy, so what I think I need to do is push back this side. I even tore off a little strip here to put down, but it just makes it too busy. I don't think I want that. I do like this on there. It really pops it. I just don't know where to put it. I like this little saying, Mr. Bridge laughed. It seemed like a good way to end the book, but I may not use it, and I still am not sure if I'm going to use this or not. And I really like this. I just don't know how to incorporate that. I don't know, but I'm going to push back this area a little bit with some white gesso, and that way maybe it won't be so distracting. It just seems like maybe there's too much there. I may have to bring some white paint in. Try this paint. It's light antique white by Deco Art. And my goal is not to eliminate everything. It's just to push back this darkness here. I'm going to get this to the point that I like it, and then I'll be back and we'll finish. I've tried everything. I can't be happy. So I'm going to go with what I like the best. I like these black marks. I think it makes the page pop. So I'm going to put those down here along the side. I've got some tape on my bottle here. I might use the tape. And I'm going to use the matte medium. And the reason I'm using matte medium is because it helps these blend into the page. I didn't do it on this one. I should have. Kind of pushes the paper into the page, and all you see is the black. I think I like that. And then I'm going to bring in some pencil work and probably my Stabilo to bring out the flower a little bit. I left the matte medium out in case I want to go over my Stabilo with that instead of water, but I'll make that decision in a second. I'll choose water. Sometimes I like to take my white peel-off China marker and go around what I just did with Stabilo. Now, do I want the Mr. Bridge laughed on there? I think it'd be funny to put that on there as an ending. Mr. Bridge laughed, the end. I don't really want this on there, so we'll put that over there. Let me cut this out and see how I feel. I'll just tear it out. I took a picture, and I think that Mr. Bridge laughed detracts from the page. And I like the page the way it is, so he's gonna have to laugh on another page. I'm gonna leave the end here, just like I've got it. Let's make it a little darker. All right, I think we're gonna call that done. Okay, it turned out different than I had expected, but I really like it. And that completes our book. Okay guys, I'm curious if you are interested in doing a book together like this. It would take a long time. I don't know that I will or that I'll get to it anytime soon, but it is something that I would consider if you're interested. This is what we didn't use today. I mean, you can't get rid of scraps. They're here forever. Once you have scraps, you live with them forever. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.